That's right.
Welcome to the Kobe Bryant Film Room. And so I wanted to go through the 2006 Lakers versus Suns Game 7. Now, this is a game that a lot of people, have confusion about. They don't really remember the events. And with this series, you have to watch it, right? You have to watch the full series in context. But I'm just gonna focus on Game 7 for now. I think I'm gonna put a video on Game 4, and I might go through some highlights or a breakdown of some of the other games and our strategy and our approach to the series. Because 2006, I think basketball fans had more of a well-rounded mindset as far as they knew the game. And I think we're getting away from that. I think that nowadays, everything's about stats, everything's about numbers. So we often think we can watch the box score and figure out what happened, right? And that's not the way you view basketball. You have to watch the games, right? You're not gonna be able to tell when somebody scored, how they scored exactly, what prevented them from scoring, what was the strategy, the historical context of everything that happened, right? So this is the reason why I created my channel. I created my channel to, one, clear Kobe's name, and for two, to show people his greatness, right? And the media has done a great job of creating storylines around his greatness. I just kind of wanted to do this series to kind of show you guys it's not what you guys think. It's not how you remember exactly. Some people believe that Kobe quit this series, right? Some people believe that Kobe could have did more in this series, and they have to understand that we were the underdogs, right? We were not expected to win this series. This is different from, people often compare this to other 3-1 leads, right? They say, oh, well, Kobe blew a 3-1 lead. Yeah, but this isn't the same as the other 3-1 leads. And the reason being is because we were not expected to win. We have no disrespect to anybody who's an NBA player or that was on that roster, but we had one of the worst rosters probably in the history of the NBA, right? Kobe was playing without a second co-star, right? So you got to keep that in mind, right? You got to keep that in mind when comparing him against all the other 3-1 leads in NBA history, right? It's easy to lose a 3-1 lead with the team that he had, right? Now, I will give respect to Kobe's teammates. Kobe's teammates played their asses off to even make this competitive. So Kobe knew he needed his teammates, and this is not to disparage them. They did the best they could, and they maximized their talent in that series. Where we got the best out of them. Guys like Kwame, guys like Lamar, guys like Smush, guys like Luke, and others, right? They came to play, and they played well, and they deserve credit for that. That's the only reason why we even had a chance, is because they came to play, right? So this is not to disparage his teammates. This is just to give you a factual representation on the history. So without further ado, also subscribe to Kelvin's channel. It's KB Kev Magic, right? Kelvin from Behind the Bench Sports. He probably sent you guys over here to watch this video, and I thank you guys for taking time with me to break this down. So without further ado, let's go.
TNT NBA tip-off presented by Nokia. There have been 92 Game 7s in NBA history. 75 won by the home team, which is 81.5%. Which brings us to Game 7 between the Lakers and the Suns, and the guys that will call it, Kevin Harlan, Doug Collins. Early at the start of this week, the Los Angeles Lakers were cruising 3 consecutive wins, including a miracle finish last Sunday. Then the Suns facing elimination not once but twice. Made Game 5 here Tuesday. Game 6 in Los Angeles on Thursday in overtime, which stunningly brings us to a Game 7 here in Phoenix, the Suns and Lakers tonight. Hi everyone, with Doug Collins, Kevin Harlan. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's take a look inside the Lakers game plan tonight, Doug.
Offensive discipline, Kevin.
So listen to this close, right? This is the game plan. Listen to this close, y'all, so y'all can understand.
Where it all starts tonight. I think they've got caught up in the face of the Suns over the last couple games. Limit your outside shots.
So check this out. The Lakers' keys to winning is shot discipline. Limit outside shots, right? So you don't want to shoot a lot of outside shots. That gives Phoenix the opportunity to get on the fast break and run, right? Take care of the ball, right? Can't turn over the ball because Phoenix wants to run. 57 turnovers for the last 3 games that benefited Phoenix, right? And of course, they go through Kobe's, his accolades up to that point.
Ball inside, high field goal percentage, you can get your defense back. And they must take better care of the basketball. 57.
So listen, I'm gonna rewind that one more time.
Hi everyone, with Doug Collins, Kevin Harlan. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's take a look inside the Lakers game plan tonight, Doug.
Offensive discipline, Kevin. That's where it all starts tonight. I think they've got caught up in the face of the Suns over the last couple games. Limit your outside shots. Get the ball inside. High field goal percentage, you can get your defense back. And they must take better care of the basketball. 57 turnovers over the last 3 games. The Suns 53 points off those turnovers. And Phil Jackson, who would you rather have today on his team than Kobe Bryant? 3 NBA titles, the best closer maybe in the NBA on the road in a Game 7. But I think you may even see Kobe in a different role here today in the 4th quarter. He might be called upon to be the defensive stopper to slow Nash down to try to win this game here on the road.
And certainly the Phoenix.
Okay, so the keys to the game is give the ball to the big men in the inside so they can get a high percentage shot. All heard that, right? All right, let's go.
Suns have a couple things on their side, playing at home, of course, inside the arena here in Phoenix, and they've got momentum.
And pace of the game is vital for them, but they want it fast, faster, and fast as it can get. And you can see when they score over 100, 3-0 in this series, rebounding in points of the paint, that is the Lakers' strength.
So one thing to understand about Phoenix is that this is one of the teams that were pretty much playing small ball back in the day. So we were still running bigs. We were still running the double big lineup, right? Now check this out, right? You can't run with Kwame and Lamar, right? That's not their style. If you run with Phoenix, they're gonna run you out the gym, right? So we wanna slow the game down. They wanna speed it up. When they score over 100, or at least 100, they're 3-0, right? And Nash was a beast Game 6, 32-13, right? Y'all see that? So those are the keys to the game. The Suns want to get out and get it on.
They have to play them sort of even in this area and then shoot the threes well to make up for that disparity. And then Steve Nash, the orchestrator of this whole offense, 32 points, 13 assists in Game 6, only 14 shots. He will be the orchestrator of this offense, and he has to bring a real poise to this team today.
And Doug, the Suns in winning these last 2 games have been feasting on a 2-man game.
Yes, and then that's Steve Nash and Boris Diaw. They move this screen all over the floor. This time it's on the outside of the floor. Lakers have to decide, are we going to switch or what are we going to do? Kwame Brown.
See, and this is one of the main problems, right? That's a very difficult thing to defend for Kwame, right? Because Steve Nash knows Kwame really doesn't want to come outside that paint to defend. He wants to stay down to protect the rim and get rebounds. So they're drawing him out. Check this out.
Sort of shows up, but Lamar Odom very slow on the rotation, and Boris Diaw gets the easy score. Now they move it to the middle of the floor, and they can do one of two things. If they switch, they can go under the post and be out against Parker. This time, Steve Nash chooses to attack. Kwame Brown steps back and hits the little shot. This problem has given play has given the Lakers all kinds of problems.
So you guys hear that, right? So this is the thing, right? Teams over the course of the series, they make adjustments, right? Teams make adjustments, and basketball is like chess. You play a certain amount of moves until you can no longer make any more moves. So the person with the most moves wins, right? When you run out of moves, it's over. You can't adjust anymore, right? So Phoenix had solved our problem, right? Or their problem, so to speak.
Over the last couple games, they have to make an adjustment today.
So for the Suns and Lakers, it's win or go home. And that being said, let's go back to our home down in Georgia, TNT Arena, and Ernie Johnson.
All right, thank you very much, Kevin. There is Sean Murray. He and the Suns getting ready for Game 7 against the Lakers. 20 points and 11 rebounds he's averaged in the last 3 games of this series. Is this St. Patty's Day? I was going to say it's St. Patty's Day. I didn't even say that. All that green is, oh my God.
TNT's NBA Playoff Tip-Off Show, brought to you by Nokia. Your friends, your family, your
This
music,
is old
your
school
pictures.
as hell
It's
right
your
here.
life in there, Nokia. And by Southwest Airlines, official airline of the NBA.
Suspended for Game 6, Raja Bell back home for Game 7 as the Celtics
The addition of this man, Raja Bell.
get ready to host the Los Angeles Lakers. And earlier, it was David Aldridge talking to Raja Bell.
Did you watch the game Thursday night at a restaurant? Just tell me the emotions you felt watching your teammates.
It was kind of a roller coaster ride. I mean, they had about 35 Laker fans in there, so they were pretty excited. When I wasn't, and vice versa. But it was really emotionally draining to watch the game and not playing it. And I was really proud of the team, man. They stepped up and played big in a hostile environment. I just wish I could have been there with them.
What do you anticipate tonight in terms of how you'll approach Kobe and how Kobe will approach you?
Well, I'm over it, and I'm pretty sure he's over it. I mean, it's a big game, so to be worrying about what happened a couple games ago would be pretty foolish on both of our parts. So we're just gonna go out there and play. At least I will.
You came on the team playing when they came back. What were those emotions like?
We were really excited. I was probably more excited than everybody else, but we understood that our head wasn't completely out of the hole yet. We have to win here, to accomplish what we wanted to do, and that was win the series.
So as you guys remember, Raja Bell infamously wrapped his arms around Kobe's neck and threw him to the ground, and that's why he was suspended.
And further our playoffs. So nothing's done yet, but we were pretty excited to get that win in LA.
Roger, thanks very much.
Always a pleasure.
Ernie, back to you.
All right, thank you, DA. Kwame Brown describing the scene in the locker room after the Game 6 loss. A lot of guys moping around. He said, now, as you go into Game 7, you got Kobe Bryant.
So he said a lot of guys moping around, which means that Game 6, it hurt losing that game. We lost in overtime. Tim Thomas hit a clutch 3. It hurt, you know what I'm saying, because that was supposed to move us on in the series, right? But our failure to box out, it killed us, man. And so Kwame's reading the scene and he's saying, yo, like, we were demoralized, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the locker room. And remember, this isn't a championship team with veterans, right? These are young guys. These are a lot of young guys in the locker room. It's hard to win with young guys because it's hard to keep them focused.
Bryant coming off a 50-point game in overtime where he shot 20 out of 35. How would you assess what he did in Game 6, Charles?
It wasn't good for two reasons. Number one, if he shoots 35 times, that means they're not pounding the ball inside.
So you hear Charles's criticism, right? If Kobe shoots 35 times, that means they're not pounding the ball inside, which is the game plan that I showed you guys earlier going into this Game 7. Let's rewind that.
How would you assess what he did in Game 6, Charles?
It wasn't good for two reasons. Number one, if he shoots 35 times, that means they're not pounding the ball inside. Kwame Brown was 9 for 9. I think Lamar Odom was like 8 for 13.
So those guys, Lamar Odom and Kwame Brown, were playing great basketball, right? In the inside.
What it does is he's shooting jumpers. You know, Doug had up there the key to the game. Those 15 shots, even though he was 20 for 35, those 15 shots, they fueled the Suns' fast break. Also, he had 7 turnovers.
So you telling a nigga not to shoot jumpers? Think about this, bro. Think about the disadvantage we were at. You telling a nigga, hey, you can't shoot jumpers, right? Limit your jumpers. That's insane. Especially when you know Kobe's bread and butter is to get to his spots in his mid-range, right?
And that thing is, he can't shoot jumpers because they cannot beat the Suns if they try to run with the Suns. You've seen it in every game. If it's a low-scoring game, they got a chance. If they run with the Suns, they're going to get ran out the building.
Before I get your take on this game, let's hear from Phil Jackson, who was asked about Kobe's role in Game 7.
Okay, so this is very important, man. Listen to Phil.
Well, I think more than anything else, Kobe's going to try and involve his teammates like he has from the start. Get them going, and
So Kobe has been involving his teammates, contrary to popular belief. A lot of people say Kobe was selfish or whatnot, right? But Kobe's strategy, right? Hear from Phil Jackson, the boss himself, the guy who's the coach. Kobe's strategy was to get his teammates in rhythm, right? Let's go.
see how they perform. Second quarter, things aren't working well. He'll start moving up on the scoring. And
so second quarter, Kobe starts to be more aggressive and move up on the scoring.
Then in the second half, if things are in a position where he has to go to the offensive end of the court and do things, then he'll strike.
Jeff, the floor is yours.
That's wonderful. It's amazing how, normally you wouldn't talk about a player and his ability to take over a game and not have other guys involved if they're not doing well. You say, well, we're just going to try to continue to get them on. Most coaches would say that. But I think that's exactly the way it has to be played. I know Charles did not like the 50 points, but in certain instances when they were down.
So Charles did not like the 50 points, right? Charles did not like Kobe shooting as much. This is why Kobe lit his ass up when he went to TNT. Because he's like, what do you guys want me to do? I'm in a lose-lose. If I shoot too much, they're gonna destroy us. If I don't shoot, you're gonna criticize me. That's why Kobe called Charles out and cursed him out. But ultimately, Kobe ended up agreeing with Charles that he needed to be more aggressive.
12 in that first quarter, you have to go to somewhere. You can't sit back when you that lethal as an Arsenal, as an offensive player. You have to take advantage of what you have as well. So he plays that fine line of I can get 50 easily, but then it takes my teammates out. Or if they're not playing well, when do I strike? I think he's probably in the most peculiar place in NBA basketball right now for any player, because if he scores 50, he loses, and if he doesn't score 50, they might win. Let's go.
Kenny hit it on the head, bro. Like, no player in NBA history has this much pressure, bro, going against the team in a Game 7 to where anything you do can be looked at the wrong way and you're going to get destroyed for it. Already, like, listen, this is about a year and a half from the, or 2 years from the sexual assault case, right? So people hate Kobe, right? They on his ass about every little thing. They're criticizing him, even though he's playing through his teammates and they're up 3-1, right? Going into a Game 7, they're not even supposed to be in this position at all. We were the 7th seed going against a 2 seed. Check this out.
The Phoenix side, though, we've talked at length about Kobe and the Lakers. What's the Phoenix mindset tonight?
They ain't got no mindset. They gonna run you in the ground. The Phoenix Suns they want to play one way. They want to shoot a lot of threes. They got a small team. Steve Nash gets everybody involved. They only play one way. But I disagree with Kenny. So Kobe's not in a peculiar situation. When he played team ball, got everybody involved, they won.
You see that? So this is exactly what Kobe decided to do, play team ball. It's the whole thing, like, it's crazy, like Kobe has to be held to this standard, right? It's just like, well, they say, well, you should have stayed with Shaq. Well, what's the criticism about Kobe is that he won with Shaq. So if he stays with Shaq, right, they'll call him a sidekick, right? He can't win without Shaq. He can't be compared to Michael Jordan. But if he leaves Shaq, now he's a selfish asshole, and he should have made things work. So Kobe was always in a win-win, lose-lose, excuse me. And that's the reason why I fight so hard on his behalf, is because this is unfair, right? But it's cool because greatness is unfair, right? So it's cool at the same time because it just shows you what level he was on, right?
Or the game was close and had a chance to win. And when he averaged 44 points a game during the regular season, the Suns ran him out the building. And then he goes last game and he gets 50.
So let me rewind that for DFJ, because I told him and he didn't believe me, because I watch these games religiously, y'all. I'm not Kobe Bryant film room for no reason. I watch all of Kobe's games, right? And I watch them over and over and over again. So when I told DFJ against the Phoenix Suns in the regular season, we lost. And Kobe's over there averaging fucking damn near 50 points and we're still losing, right? So what did Kobe do? The ultimate competitor, the guy who wants to win more than anything. He doesn't care about his numbers, right? He sacrificed, right? He tried to be a team player when everybody was asking him to be a team player. And guess what? He still got crucified because they're asking him where are the shots at.
Not involved, they won. Or the game was close and had a chance to win. And when he averaged 44 points a game during the regular season, the Suns ran him out the building. And then he goes last game and he gets 50, and the Suns run him out the building.
You know, in overtime, Charles, we didn't want him out of the building.
They didn't win. It's W's and L's.
Yeah, I know,
if he
but
gets
they
50,
didn't want him out of the
every time he's got over 40, they've lost. He's got.
That's all anybody cares about is W's and L's. And guess what? Us old school basketball fans, that's how we see the game. It's W's and L's, bro. Get it done. You know what I'm saying?
Suns run him out the building.
You know, in overtime, Charles, we didn't want him out of the building.
They didn't win. It's W's and L's.
Yeah, I know,
if he
but
gets
they
50,
didn't want him out of the
every time he's got over 40, they've lost. When he's got 20-ish, they've won. Simple as that.
Who wins tonight?
So guys might look at the stat sheets of certain games and see Kobe averages 17 points or whatever, or that was by design. It wasn't because he was struggling or anything. It wasn't because he couldn't get his shit off. So this is why you can't just compare stats, blanket stats across the board, bro. Context is needed. He had to get people involved. He had no choice.
We got 15 seconds.
I'm going to say Game 7 builds character. I'm going with the Lakers with the experience. I say it's too late to stop the Suns from running downhill. The Lakers get beat tonight. It's games.
By the way, when Kenny said experience, he's talking about Kobe. Because none of them guys had experience in playoffs like that.
7. The Suns are going to run them out the building.
Lakers and Suns coming up next here on TNT. Settle back. Enjoy it, folks.
Lakers Suns. 6 games, much harder. This matchup expires tonight. For LA, a victory greenlights the much anticipated Always series. Which Kobe will take to court? The one who makes his team the star, or the one who drops 50? Lakers fans are hoping for the one who refuses to lose, or we might be seeing the end of the Durant. After coming back from 3-1 down, Phoenix is 1 game from trading sunset to sunrise. Steve Nash, MVP, forget the trophy. That question is about to be answered in the only way that really matters. Game 7, win or go home. Next on TNT.
Welcome to the
money.
Right now it's their PA announcer, Jeff Scott, for tonight's McDonald's starting lineups.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet our visitors from Los Angeles, California. Warm Suns welcome for the Los Angeles Lakers. And forward from Rhode Island, number 7, Lamar Odom. And forward from Arizona, number 4, Luke Walton. And center from Glen Academy High School, number 54, Kwame Brown. And guard from Lower Merion High School, number 8, Kobe Bryant. And a guard from Fordham, number 1, Smooch Parker. The head coach of the Lakers is Phil Jackson.
It's going to go home. Our tip-off is coming up next as you're watching the NBA playoffs on TNT. Los Angeles Lakers won 3 consecutive games. The Phoenix Suns have won the last 2. 2 straight elimination game wins. And Doug, the focus tonight on these 2 players, Kobe Bryant and Steve Nash.
Well, these are their leaders, and Kevin, interesting, you go through all the numbers, and out at the bottom, you see at Game 7, both of them 2-0. One of these great players is going to have to lose today.
Doug, experience in games. What is the more experience with experience in a game like this, an exciting game of the series?
I think the one thing, when you get too hyper, one of the things that's affected is your shooting. The Lakers are going to go inside, so they would have an advantage maybe to start this game a little bit, whereas the Suns have a tendency, obviously, to shoot a lot of perimeter shots. Now, in Game 2, Kevin, the Suns got off to a very slow shooting start, and it affects this crowd. I think it's important for Phoenix to come out and do what they did in Game 6. Hit some shots early. It will rev this crowd up. That's what this city feasts on, is the outstanding shooting of the Phoenix Suns.
We have a veteran officiating crew tonight, Steve Jammy, Joe Forte, and Mike Callahan. Phil Jackson has never the Chicago Bulls and the Los Angeles.
So the Lakers win the
Keep
tip.
your eye on Swish Parker. He has been struggling mightily. Phil Jackson says if he doesn't play well today, I might have to get him out and go to someone else.
The tournament side, here's the handful for Sean Marion the entire series. Kwame Brown.
So right out the gate, we go to our bigs. You know what I'm saying? Right out the gate.
With a rebound inside by Sean Marion.
See what they've done there in that situation is they loaded up the one side of the floor. The Suns have been double teaming from the weak side. That time they couldn't double team.
Diaz to Sean Marion. And getting him started early, in the words of their coach, Mike D'Antoni, was a huge factor.
Good shot by the
And for
Matrix.
the Lakers, Kevin, they cannot miss a lot of easy shots around the basket. In game one, they missed a lot of point-blank shots.
It has been scoreless the last two.
So Luke goes inside.
But the first round, he's been effective. Another Phoenix rebound. Sean Marion. Bryant coming out with 45 attempts.
So the goal, you see the game plan, right? The goal is to get the ball inside, take advantage of these mismatches.
50-point game in 52 minutes in game 6. That can't get it inside. This is what we were talking about.
That's 3 easy shots they missed around the basket.
And DL the other way. Sean
Good tip in by the Matrix.
Marion is put in 4 points.
Mr. Activity, Sean Marion, that's the way he scores. He got a nice little flip shot early in the game and the tip in. Kevin, he had 20 deflections in the game the other night. An amazing number. Normally a team will get 25 in a game. He's got his hands on 20 passes.
Front.
Indeed, here comes Odom. Kobe
So
Bryant
this is Kobe's first touch. We're down 4.
with the shot clock at 5, and there's Raja Bell right on him. Doubled by Marion.
Oh my.
So Kobe hit his first shot.
That's what Kobe's got to do when he senses his team needs a basket. That's when he's got to go to work, and he's got to try to get guys involved. He's got a delicate balance here today.
Nash coming off a 32-point performance and 13 assists in game 6. Draws the defense of Odom. Nash.
That was a good move. Let's rewind that. That shit was.
Nash coming off a 32-point performance and 13 assists in game 6. Draws the defense of Odom. Nash.
See, and that's what the Suns want to do. They want to get that switch so Nash could go to work.
Well, it looks like he's in slow motion every time he does do
That's
it.
the guy 6'10". He just took his time and shot a little floater in the lane up under his arm.
Good pass to Kwame. Kwame couldn't hold it.
Brown had a hard time reeling in the pass.
Good finish to Kwame. Shout out to Kwame Brown.
Finally he does. It comes up with a close-in 2 for Los
He's
Angeles.
coming off a very good game, 8 of 9 from the floor, 17 points, 9 rebounds, but he got in foul trouble, took himself out of that game.
Pass to Boris Diaw from France. A shot foul on Kwame Brown. They got in foul trouble here on Tuesday early. You can't do that tonight.
Look, Steve Nash, he just takes his time, up and under, footwork, little shot under the arm of Lamar Odom. Good start here for the Phoenix Suns. Nash has a field goal, Marion too.
Good rotation to James Jones. It's a two-point
Brick.
shot, the rebound by Kwame Brown, and the Lakers trying to withstand the emotional push at the beginning of the game.
That's what you want
So Kobe with the ball.
to do on the road. Take that hit for about
Pick.
5 minutes and stay right in the game.
Kobe goes right back to the game plan. And where is Kobe? Right? You can't really see Kobe on the screen right now.
To Brown.
Why? Because he's spacing out the defense.
Nice pass.
And wide open underneath was Walton.
Very
Good
nice
pass.
pass by Kwame Brown. Had 5 assists actually in game 3. Passed the ball very well that day.
Nash with a 3.
Damn.
That's that step up screen, Kevin, we talked about.
So let's go back.
You want to do on the road, take that hit for about 5 minutes and stay right in the game.
Kobe to Brown.
Nice pass.
Good pass by Kwame. Let's
Very
go
nice
back.
pass by Kwame Brown. Had 5 assists actually in game 3. Passed the ball very well
The
that day.
pick. Okay, you see how that's miscommunication right there between Kwame and Smush. Kwame wants to stay down low. He don't want to switch. And you give Nash any little space, he's shooting that shit.
Nash with a 3.
That's that step-up screen, Kevin, we talked about in our open. The Lakers have to decide what they're going to do. You cannot go behind that screen and let Nash walk into that shot.
Kobe's inside on Bell. Kwame Brown with the shot clock back down to 6, and nobody home.
Yeah, so Kwame should have threw it back out. He tried to make the right play. Let's see.
Kobe's inside on Bell. Kwame Brown with the shot clock back down to 6.
Yeah, that's just a bad pass. But he thought Luke was gonna be in that spot, but he should have just kicked it out and gave it to Kobe.
And nobody home. Walker's trying to get possession inside. That's the first Los Angeles Lakers turnover down.
So the key is the turnovers, y'all.
Turnovers the other night, Kevin. They had 20. They gave up 29 points. That was the difference in the game.
Here's the probable MVP of the season, Steve Nash.
See, they running that same shit. They running the same shit because they know our bigs aren't quick enough to get around that.
Game.
Look, Steve Nash, right? Set a pick on Lamar. Then he comes, let's see, comes to it. The pick, but see, Kwame is forced to make a decision. Protect the basket to come up. In this situation, he should come up because Steve Nash is going to punish their ass if there's no, if you don't move up. So Steve Nash goes for the shot, and now look, you have a mismatch right there.
MVP of the season, Steve Nash.
Boris Diaw on Smush. Mismatch.
It's that other side of the screen and roll we talked about in our open. That's it.
There's really nothing we can do about that shit, bro. It's just like we don't have the personnel. We didn't have the personnel to stop that shit.
Up screen on the sideline. Weak side rotation. Too slow getting there.
Kobe is sprained, Clipper finals.
So, okay, maybe not a good shot by Smush. Again, we want to slow the game down.
The screen and roll we talked about in our open. That's that step-up screen on the sideline. Weak side.
If anybody's going to take that shot, I think Kobe should have been the one to take that shot if there was going to be a shot taken. Now, I don't think Kobe should have shot the ball either. I'm just saying, if anybody was supposed to take it, that shot should have been Kobe.
Rotation. Too slow getting there.
And that's bad spacing.
Smush Parker with his first offering tonight. Listen, he's only 3 of 25 in the last 2+ games.
Okay, here we go again.
This time Nash has Walton. Gets it space and knocks down the shot.
So Luke didn't have a hand up.
This time Nash has Walton. Gets it space and knocks down the shot. See, those big guys are going to switch, and they're just going to try to keep Nash in front of them. So, Kevin, it's important for Steve just to get his rhythm. He can get that shot.
Nash is starting 3 of 3. He has 7 points.
So Kobe is the ball, goes right back to the game plan. So when you see, like on the stat sheet, right, it's hard to explain this, right? You see Kobe had 23 on 60% shooting or whatever. It wasn't like he was just gunning, right? He was playing with an offense. And as you can see, this is an entry post pass to Lamar Odom. So he can go to work, getting his teammates in rhythm. Because you can't win by yourself.
It's the first 5 minutes of the game. Odom contorts.
So Lamar missed the point blank layup. He thought he was fouled. Let me see.
For Steve just to get his rhythm.
Let's see what happened. Let's see if he was fouled.
He can get that shot.
Nash is starting 3 of 3. He has 7 points in the first 5 minutes of the game. Odom contorts.
No, that's just good defense. Just missed.
It's picked up by the Suns. They're +3 in rebounding so far. Nash with a 3 from James Jones.
Bad transition. Bad transition. Then it's coupled with bad transition defense. Look at this.
It's picked up by the Suns.
So here's Lamar pointing, telling somebody to pick up his man, but who pick up Marion, but who's picking up Who's
They're
getting the
plus 3 in rebounding so far.
Who's
Nash
picking up the
with
shooter?
three
Who got the shooter? That's Lamar's man.
From James Jones.
And that's what happens when you miss shots, right? Or you turn over the ball. Phoenix runs. I wonder how many three-point shots that Phoenix take that year. Y'all put that in the comment section. How many three-pointers did Phoenix take that year? So we're already down 10.
The 2006 NBA playoffs on TNT. Brought to you by Autotrader.com, the smarter place to buy and sell a car. By Honda, the company that defines performance in motorcycles, ATVs, personal watercraft, and scooters. By Nokia, your friends, your family, your music, your pictures. It's your life in there. Nokia. And by McDonald's. I love it.
The Phoenix Suns have scored the last 10 points. With that in mind, let's check in with our David Aldridge for tonight's Gatorade Around the Cooler Report. David, good evening.
Hey guys, this is a Phoenix Suns team that's very young, not a lot of playoff experience, but there's one member of the organization that has painful memories of a 3-1 series against the Lakers. Jerry Colangelo is now the team's chairman, but in 1970, he was the head coach, and his Suns in their second season in the league got a 3-1 lead on the Lakers in the first round of the playoffs. And we can see the Lakers come back and win that series, winning the last 3 games. Bill Jackson, on the other hand, has his own more pleasant memories. His team with the Knicks in 1973 led the Celtics 3-1. They blew 2 games. They had to play at Boston Garden in Game 7. But an unknown guard named Dean Memminger outplayed JoJo White, and the Knicks won that series. The first time the Celtics lost a 7-game series. Jackson said that his coach, Red Holtzman, really got after Memminger for not guarding White. He said he might have to do that tonight with his own Swish Parker. Guys.
Dave, thank you very much. Neither team has made a change out of that.
Look at this shit. This is a clusterfuck right here. Look at this shit, bro. This is just bad defense.
He said he might have to
So Luke.
do that tonight with his own Swish Parker.
So wait a minute. What's Kobe doing?
Guys.
So Kobe cuts through. And it looks like Luke's man.
Dave, thank you
They switch. There goes the switch right there.
very much.
Luke's man picks up Kwame.
Neither.
Okay, Odom, what the fuck is Lamar doing? So Odom brings his man. Hold on.
He said that his coach, Red Holtzman, really got after Memminger for not guarding
Yo.
White. He said he might have to do that tonight with his own Swish Parker. Guys.
Dave, thank you very much.
So what the fuck is Lamar doing, man? So Lamar pretty much blocks Kwame, like his space, like clogs up his space.
Neither team has made a change.
So I mean, that's a bad pass. So it really doesn't matter. I mean, but he clogged up his space. But
Really
I mean, what the fuck?
for not guarding White.
He threw a bounce pass. He's supposed to be throwing the pass in the air so Kwame can get it.
Said he
That's a bad
might have
pass.
to do that tonight with his own Swish Parker. Guys.
Dave, thank you very much. Neither team has made a change out of that.
For the kids out there, don't do that.
Timeout.
Luke's too good of a passer for that shit.
Steal by Boris Diaw. 7 of 10 shooting so far for the Phoenix Suns to begin this game. Kwame Brown is on Steve Nash.
So again, those turnovers are piling up. Here goes Kwame on the mismatch. Kwame, good defense, down low.
Kwame Brown into a foul there. Kwame
Yeah, Steve Nash just ran to him.
did a nice job, kept his hands up. Nash tried to get into his body, did not get the call.
Ball is on Kobe Bryant. Nash was fronting.
Well, Steve Nash, he's just laying off Swish Parker.
So see, that's good. So they're sitting there trying to double. I mean, it's not technically it's not a double, but he's staying within Kobe's range to defend Kobe. So they move the ball. Hold on, let's go back so I can show y'all.
He did not get the call.
So So Steve Nash is disrespecting Smush Parker. He's daring him to shoot because they want the Lakers to shoot jumpers. So Smush Parker, does he do the right thing? I guess, because he's not. They don't. The game plan is not to shoot jumpers, not to shoot as many jumpers. So the ball works his way around, and now he has to get Kwame on the other side of the block.
So Steve Nash, he's just laying off Smush Parker.
Kwame near the elbow. Kwame misses. Phoenix ball. So we're already down 10. We're having spacing issues. The offense, it looks like we're indecisive. We don't really know what we're doing.
Phil Jackson's dynamics and demeanor on the sideline.
Well, normally he's used to having very experienced teams in these situations.
They go right back to the pick, try to get the bigs in the switch. They got lucky right there. They try to get Lamar on that switch.
Sean Marion's hands. In a game like today, and I spoke to him before the game, I said, Phil, are you going to have to be more active? Marion noted, he said, how do you have to get up? Do a lot more than I normally like to do up on my feet. Drag the guys through this, maybe take quicker timeouts, and maybe you have to get a technical early so that the referees know that we're here tonight ready to play.
This is bad space, man. How the fuck did we win those other games?
Lakers haven't led so far. They're trailed right now by as much as they trailed by all game long, 10 points. Kobe for 3.
So there's Kobe with a jumper. He really didn't want to take that. But the defense sagged off of him and shot clock was winding down. There was nothing there.
Rebound by Smush Parker. Marion and Odom have been joined at the hip this entire series, and it's been fun to watch.
So Kobe dragged Raja all the way out. There goes Lamar making his move.
Odom inside, who is averaging a double.
Good take.
Double in this series.
So when he can swing back to that little hand and shoot that jump hook, he's just too big and strong for Sean Marion. There's that switch once again.
Good defense.
Steal. Smush Parker needs that field goal.
So Smush was a good defender. Was a decent defender. That was good defense, man. Smush was really good playing the passing lanes, and he was a pickpocket.
Basket's been looking like a little postage stamp. Maybe that will give him a little confidence. Back-to-back turnovers from the Phoenix Suns.
For Parker, that's his first field goal since the final minute of Game 5. That was 2 games ago. It was James Jones, the ex-Indiana Pacer, and Boris Diaw.
That shot is there for him. Kwame Brown is back way off of him, so Boris Diaw will take his time and have confidence. He'll be able to.
Kwame had it tough, boy.
Knock that 15-footer down the whole night.
Diaw played great in overtime on Thursday and missed 3.
See, that's not. I didn't like that. Right? Let's take a look at this.
Back way off of him, so Boris Diaw will take his time and have confidence. He'll be able to knock that 15-footer down the whole night.
Diaw played.
So, I mean, this is early in the clock, right? And Steve Nash is right up on him, contested jumper. I get it. Kwame has an inside position, but I don't like that shot.
In overtime on Thursday, missed 3 by Parker. He is now
you miss. Phoenix gets out. They're running. Kwame's not even in position. Kwame has to get back. Everybody has to see. When you're going against a lot of like small ball, you have to. Everybody has to get back, right? And Phoenix, it's tough to get back in transition against a smaller team.
He can't hit that shot. He has been struggling now. 3 of 26 of the last couple of games. Marion. It's 3 of 26 from outside.
10 to 18.
I think the Lakers have to feel pretty good right now, though. They've taken a big hit. The Suns are shooting the ball well.
Bryant inside. Whistles all over the court. But that is a foul. It's called on Raja Bell.
So good take by Kobe.
He was suspended in Game 6 because of a clothesline on Kobe Bryant. It is the first on Bell who will leave the game right now.
And his team gave him a big reprieve. And he had to finish the season out with that suspension and his team losing in Los Angeles. That would have been something he would have to live with all summer long. Now he's got a chance to be a part of his team today, do his job, and get his team into the next round. So his teammates bought him a big chance here today in Game 7.
Bell was heading off. Now they're told to go back out on the floor, but the Phoenix Suns have made 2 substitutions. Tim Thomas has come in, along with DeAndre.
Kobe misses the free throw, not good.
Not the line. When you look at the Bell, Kobe Bryant dynamics,
But shit happens.
not only in this series, but throughout each career, where do you see it now settling tonight after the suspension in Game 6 to Bell?
Well, I think it's important for Roger Bell, but he doesn't try to.
So look at, let me go back.
Not only in this series, but
Look at his field goal attempts between 1 through 5. So this is what I really want you guys to envision, right? Like a lot of people think like, oh, Kobe was just was shooting. What happened, bro? He was never really taking that many shots. Game 6, he balled out, but they lost. So the games he was winning 1 through 5 is when we got the 3-1 lead. The games he was winning, his assists went up, right? And then his field goal attempts went down. His points went down too. Look, 24.2 points, right? That's really probably lower than that, because all those weren't wins. There's some games he had probably lower than that, but you guys understand what I'm saying?
throughout each career, where do you see it now settling tonight after the suspension in Game 6 to Bell?
Well, I think it's important for Roger Bell, but he doesn't try to get into a personal confrontation with Kobe. You know what Kobe's capable of doing, and Kobe's going to keep playing the same way. He's going to dish out punishment, and he's going to play tough. And you just have to be able to stand in and win the best way you can.
Nash to Thomas.
Okay, so somebody fucked up.
And Kobe's going to keep playing the same way. He's going
Let's
to
see.
dish out
So
punishment,
Smush.
and he's going to play tough.
So Kwame's man comes out. I think that's Tim Thomas. It's Tim Thomas.
And you just have to be able to stand in and win the best.
That's miscommunication. No communication on that play whatsoever. Let's see if we can see them talk, if they were talking.
Kobe, you know what Kobe's capable of doing, and Kobe's going to keep playing the same way. He's going to dish out punishment, and he's going to play tough. And you just have to be able to stand in and win the best way you can.
You can't give them that. I'm not sure. That's both of their faults, because they didn't communicate. And so Steve Nash is a master in the pick and roll. So if you don't communicate in the pick and roll against Nash, you're fucked.
Nash to Thomas. Remember, it was Tim Thomas who had the shot at the end of regulation in Game 6 Thursday in Los Angeles that tied it at 105.
So they're up by 9.
Overtime.
Now keep your eye on the matchup. Walton's being played by Barbosa. Walton obviously wants to go inside.
So how many shots Kobe take? What, 2? 3? 3 max.
Barbosa wants to use his speed in the open court.
So there goes Kobe was going to let something happen with Lamar, right? So check this out.
Now keep your eye on the matchup.
So Kobe was waiting.
Walton's being played by Barbosa.
So Lamar had the ball, gave it to
Walton
Luke.
obviously wants to go inside.
Luke gives it to Smush.
Barbosa
Lamar's coming down to post up.
wants to use his speed in the open court.
But Lamar doesn't post up. I don't know why Lamar doesn't post up. Kobe has to. Kobe says, "Oh shit, hold on, let me see if we can go back."
5 and send it to overtime.
Now keep your eye on the matchup.
Look at Kobe's reaction once Lamar doesn't post up.
Walton's being played by Barbosa. Walton obviously wants to go inside. Barbosa wants to use his speed in the open court.
Kobe says, "Oh shit, like nothing's happening, right? We got 11 seconds on the clock, and no one's in position to score."
The Lakers have not made a substitution yet in this game.
8 seconds on the clock. By the time Kobe gets established in the post, 8 seconds.
Shot clock is down to 6. Bell on Bryant.
So Kobe, being the ultimate bailout, can get a good shot.
Quick move. Nash leading all scorers with 7 points and 3 assists so far.
They're gonna run the pick. They're gonna run the same shit. They're gonna run the same shit. Look at Smush. Smush is not in a good position.
This time it's a switch.
Right? Look. Mismatch. There's nothing we can do about that shit.
They double team.
Substitution yet in this game. Shot clock.
Excuse me.
7 points and
Let's see what Kobe's
3 assists so far. Defense of Parker.
Here's that screen roll again. This time it's a switch. Parker, they double
So Kobe's communicating.
team. Up to the open man in the 3-point
So Kobe comes out there.
shot.
Barbosa by Kobe.
Kobe was too busy trying to instruct the offense. Barbosa, being one of the fastest motherfuckers in NBA history, blows by Kobe because Kobe had to, recover.
Parker makes that screen roll again. This time it's a switch. Parker, they double team. Up to the open man and the three-point shot.
Barbosa by Kobe.
How good was he in game 6?
So already defensively we're fucked, right? Defense is trash right now. It's ass.
The other night. Barbosa, 7 of 9 from the floor. He had 22 points on 9 shots.
He just pushes the pace so well.
Well, he changes the whole speed of the game right there. Look at this. He's got a chance to get out on the open court, and that's why Phil Jackson said, look, they're missing Roger Bell in game 6. I don't know that that's a great advantage for us.
Barbosa was fucking frying us. Let's just keep it real.
Because Barbosa comes in with such great speed that he changes all the matchups. He's going to keep you in that fast break mode the whole night.
Well, he forces the tempo, and Doug, when he has scored.
So what changed, right? We're losing 13-22. You're going to see, you guys are going to see what changed.
Well, Phoenix has won all 3 games.
15 in game 1, got to the line actually 8 times in that game, made all 8 of them.
Kobe's in the post.
Shot clock is down to 4. Marion knocks it away.
I don't know what Lamar is doing. Give the ball to Kobe.
Well, Phoenix has won all 3 games.
15 in game 1, got to the line actually 8 times.
So look,
In that
I guess he sees Luke's man. I think that's Barbosa trailing Kobe. So that's probably why he decided to just take the shot.
made all 8 of them.
Because Barbosa's behind Kobe.
Shot clock is down to 4. Marion knocks it away.
So Kobe was expecting to get the ball. This shit, Odom had to go against the clock. So that's why he shot that shit so fast. Of course, Kwame's not in position. This is the reason why the game plan was not to take that many jump shots, because the big man can't get in position to get the fucking ball. In Phoenix, what they do? Run, run, run. What's the key to them winning this series? Run, run, run.
He's playing still with the bad left
They're
knee.
in transition. Kwame, good hands, but see, Kobe stepped over to take, I think that's Tim Thomas, and Smush with good hands.
Nice breakup, second steal for
Smush was very good at that.
Smush Parker.
We couldn't get the ball,
He throws it right back to the Suns. Thomas for Marion.
and we paid for it, not being able to get the ball. So now we're down, right? 24-13.
Mike D'Antoni told me before the game the Lakers are laying on that Steve Nash bounce pass. He's got to be very careful. They're playing him for the bounce pass now.
So Kwame and Kobe pick and roll. We'll see that again.
Again, the Lakers are laying on that Steve Nash bounce pass. He's got to be very careful. They're playing him for the
Yeah,
bounce
Kwame
pass.
and Kobe pick and roll. Here we go.
Now,
Bryant is 2 of 3. That's out of bounds, kicked. 2.5 to play in this first quarter. And the shot clock will be at 14 when we come back. Nash has 7.
So right now it's difficult to get the ball inside because 1, lack of spacing, and 2, bad passes. That wasn't a bad pass, but they're gonna throw a double at Kobe to make it difficult. They're not gonna just let these niggas post up.
Scoring up and down the roster for the Phoenix Suns. Kobe Bryant is 12-5. It's game 7. It's win or go home. The Los Angeles Lakers have never led and only had 1 tie at 6. The Suns lead by 11 points, equaling their biggest tonight. They're feasting, the Suns are, in the pick and roll.
it's what we talked about in the open. This time they go underneath the
That's
pick.
their
Nash
game.
reads it, steps back and shoots the 3. Very poor weak side rotation. Lamar Odom's got to get there sooner. Nash doesn't want to
Facts.
this time with Thomas. And look, Odom is slow getting there once again. That big side has got to read that. And Kevin is a coach.
There's no rim protection. Kwame's outside, so they're gonna eat.
Got Pre-rotating. You pre-rotate to the area so they can't get all the way to the basket. The Lakers are not doing a good job in that on the weak side.
Already 24 first quarter points, Doug, for the Phoenix Suns. And in quarters where they have scored 30 points or more, and especially in the first, that bodes well for Phoenix.
And you can see Phil Jackson has not gone to his bench at all. Mike D'Antoni has gone to his bench. They've gotten 7 points already, Barbosa and Tim Thomas.
No changes from either team out of that break. Here comes Odom, who is really going to chore for the Suns. Marion ahead, Barbosa, look at his feet. Barbosa off the
Right
bench.
here.
No changes from either team out.
Lamar threw a good pass.
Phil Jackson has not gone to his bench at all. Mike D'Antoni has gone to his bench. They've gotten 7 points already, Barbosa and Tim Thomas.
No changes from either
Kwame's got to catch that and finish.
team out of
Wait, hold on.
that break.
Did somebody hit that?
Not gone to his bench at all.
I'm trying to see if somebody hit the ball.
Tony has gone to his bench. They've gotten 7 points already, Barbosa and Tim Thomas.
No changes from either team out of that break. Here comes Odom, who is really going to
Oh
chore
man,
for the Suns.
he just lost
Marion
control.
ahead, Barbosa, look at his feet.
You see Barbosa running it down.
And Tim Thomas.
One more time, y'all. Look how fast Barbosa gets up the court.
No changes from either team out of that break. Here comes Odom, who is really going to chore for the
That
Suns.
motherfucker's
Marion
gone, bro. That motherfucker's gone.
ahead, Barbosa, look at his feet.
That motherfucker's gone, man.
So far.
You know that old Roadrunner cartoon when you get ready to pass somebody and go beep beep? That's what his nickname should be, beep beep.
Kobe,
So the double team with Kobe.
Odom, 1 of 4. Brown, 1 of 3. That was on Bryant. Shot clock is down to 3 for Kobe.
Kobe with the miss. Right? Let's see.
1 of 4.
So look at the shot clock, y'all. It's already on 9 by the time we get that shit straight. Look at this.
Ready to pass somebody and go beep beep? That's what his nickname
Okay, so there goes Smush.
should be, beep beep.
The pass to Lamar. Kobe gets doubled by Lamar's man. Sean Marion's coming down to double team Kobe because they want him to shoot. They don't give a fuck about Kobe's teammates. So check this out. There goes a double. Kobe kicks it back out to Lamar. But look at the clock. 12 seconds, right? Lamar gets the shit to Smush. 11 seconds. 10. Kwame, there goes Kwame. Kwame has to give it up because he fucking quadruple team. Kobe recovers it but don't have no fucking time. 6 seconds. So he's up against the clock. And people say, well, Kobe shot a bad field goal percentage. Well, bro, when your offense completely fucks up and blows up and you don't have no time on the clock, you're going to shoot a bad shot. It's amazing that he even shot 46% the whole decade, right? Because of those years in between.
Another rebound by the Phoenix Suns.
Most of the time, Kobe was the only shot creator on his team.
Suns have hit 4 straight. Thomas for 3. And Luke Walton grabs the
Good
loose
board
ball
by
for the
Luke.
Los Angeles Lakers.
You can see the pace the Suns want. They want those big men to run Kwame Brown, Lamar Odom on every
So there we
possession.
go. Kwame trying to take advantage of the mismatch.
Make them work. Got Marion now on Kwame Brown on the low post.
Kwame trying to heat him up.
That was a makeable shot, but it's okay. Get back. People miss shots. It's fine.
Thomas with the rebound.
But you gotta match up with your man. Gotta look to match up when you're getting back on defense and transition.
Just about 3 easy shots. The Lakers have about 5 misses in the paint. That's what I talked about. That's what they did in game 1. That got them off to a slow start.
Walton and Brown are
And here we go. Back to the pick and roll.
combined 2 of 7 inside. Odom is 1 of 4.
Nope. Back to it.
Nash with Odom out of the shot clock down to 3. Barbosa.
See, yeah. I mean,
7 inside. Odom is 1 of 4. Nash with Odom out of the shot clock down to 3. Barbosa.
yeah. I mean, we all all fucked up, man. We all confused.
Speed of Barbosa. There's no way Luke can handle that. Now what happens?
28-13.
The back line has to step up, and you get the easy score on the front line. Suns are attacking beautifully.
Brown again inside.
So as you see, Kobe's playing the same exact way, right? He's trying to get his teammates the ball for the most part. A couple of shots he had to take, he was against the clock.
Foul. It's on Leandro Barbosa. First on Barbosa.
Kwame Brown steps up. Now there's no one down there to play Sean Marion. See, those are the kind of baskets that Sean Marion
No rim
lives off
protection.
of. He's
You
3
bring
of 5.
Kwame out,
He has
there's no rim
a
protection.
over in the lane, a dunk. He's got 5 rebounds.
See, that's the thing. Kwame's bread and butter was he was a rim protector and a rebounder. You took him out. I mean, who else did we have to protect on the back line?
6 points, so he's gotten off to a great start. Diaw's playing well. Kwame Brown needs to step up, settle himself down. He's fumbled a couple passes and missed a couple shots around the basket. He's 1 of 4 from the floor.
Kwame Brown, right out of high school to the NBA, began with Washington, then traded in the offseason to the Los Angeles Lakers. Worked a lot with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar throughout the course of the regular season.
Now, they really worked on trying to get him to slow down. And over the last 18 games this season in the playoffs, he's done a terrific job for them, averaging almost 14 points a game and about.
Next time I talk to Kwame, I'm going to have to ask him, what was Kobe as a leader in this game 7? Did he motivate you guys, or did he just not speak, or what was the tone? Because I'm interested to find that out. Because if he didn't believe they could win, was it just self-doubt, or was it chemistry issues, or what was it? You know, I wonder what that was, because normally Kobe, you know, encouraged Kwame and things like that based on what Kwame told me about his time with Kobe.
8 rebounds, so he's been a big part of this Laker resurrection in the
So
second
here goes Kobe on Barbosa to try and slow him down.
half, the second part of the season.
After being tied at 6, the Suns on a 22-9 run. Parker looked like he almost had his 3rd steal in the first quarter. Picks up a foul right there. 28-15, Suns on top, under a minute to play, David, here in this first quarter. What do you have?
Yeah, well, remember, you talked about Kobe having most of the playoff experience on the Laker team. And he tried to calm his teammates down in the last couple of games and shoot around today. He said, hey, look, guys, we were on championship teams where we had trouble closing out the opposition. Just relax and play your game. So far.
So I guess Kobe was encouraging them. But it's easier said than done to tell a nigga to relax. So hey, you know.
On that way, guys.
Well, right there, continuing the Phoenix onslaught. 70% shooting by the Phoenix Suns.
Here we go, back to it. They double teaming Kobe.
Looking for a shot. His team is down 15.
Get the ball to Kwame.
Brown again. They want him to succeed. Another in close miss. He is 1 of 5. Barbosa against Williamsville, Devin George. And a foul. Devin George will pick it up. He just got off the bench and tagged with his.
Well, I think a lot of you gotta understand this is the only way we could have won if Kwame and Lamar had good games. This is the only way we could have won.
And remember now, the recipe for Phil Jackson was limit the amount of 30-point quarters you give the Suns. In game 1, the Suns got 2. And the next 4 games, only 1 in all those. The other night, they had 2 in the first half. Had 60 at halftime, Kevin. More importantly, they had 21 in 5 minutes in overtime. So the Suns starting to attack and play their pace.
The Brazilian Barbosa. Tomorrow on ABC, it's Dallas and San Antonio. And Cleveland and Detroit, both game 1. It's Friday on ESPN, Miami, New Jersey. Or Phoenix and the Clippers, or the Lakers and the Clippers. That's on ESPN. Ryan Cook is now checked in as well. No fouls to give either way. 21 seconds to play in our first quarter.
Now, one of the things the Suns worry about is when Ryan Cook comes into the game,
So Kobe's being used as a point guard right now.
to run a pick and pop, and he's a very, very good shooter, so be aware of that on the last play with Kobe.
Lakers have missed their last 5 shots from the field. Bryant against Bell. Thomas doubling.
So there goes the double.
Parker, wide open three. Another miss.
So Kobe's teammates right now can't hit anything.
Missed the
Right?
last 5 shots from the field.
This is the double.
Bryant against Bell.
There's nowhere to go.
Thomas doubling. Parker, wide open three. Another miss. 0.5 remaining. 5/10 of a second remaining. The Phoenix Suns will inbound and squish Parker, who is absolutely killing the Lakers in the last 3 games with his lack of scoring when they needed to score 1 of 4 tonight.
So y'all hear that, right? The lack of scoring. We need scoring from that guard position. We're not getting. We weren't getting enough, right?
Well, for over 30 points, and Doug, you called it. When they won, they've averaged 32 points in their 3 wins in the first quarter.
Well, look what they've shot, 70%, 8 assists, and only 3 turnovers. I thought it was important for Phoenix today
That's
to
crazy.
have a great first quarter. You see this crowd. You don't want to lose them with bad shooting. The Lakers didn't. They're up 17. Excuse me, the Suns didn't. They're up 17.
Now maybe if we had the home court, you know, maybe our guys would have felt a lot better. You know what I'm saying?
Los Angeles Lakers against Detroit, their lowest scoring quarter of the series with 15. Phoenix in control at the end of 1. Fans, be sure to participate in tonight's text message question. Who will win this game 7? A for the Lakers and B for the Suns. That's A, B to 88222. Doug Collins and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan. Live from the U.S. Airways Center in Phoenix, Arizona. Now the question becomes, can the Lakers start staggering? Will Kobe continue to stay disciplined, trusting his teammates, or will they take off like they did in Game 6?
Well, Phil Soda says in Game 7, you must trust yourself and trust your teammates. Kobe is 2 of 4. The rest of his team, 4 of 16. The starting front line for the Lakers, a combined 3 of 12. They missed some point-blank baskets. Now, they love the Suns love to run a screen roll here with Diaw and Marion and try to throw a lob on this play, so keep your eye on this.
It's now picked up by George. Bryant remains, manages.
Look how fast Barbosa is. This motherfucker, bro. Look at this shit. He really caused us issues once he came into the game. Look at this shit, bro.
Screen roll here with Diaw and Marion and try to throw a lob on this play, so keep your eye on this.
It's now picked up by George.
So Kobe is sitting there trying to help on defense, but so let's see.
The Suns love to run a screen roll here with Diaw and Marion and try to throw a lob on this play, so keep your eye on this.
So Kobe's trying to quarterback the shit, but he lost sight of Barbosa. He fell asleep on him.
It's now picked up by George.
Barbosa relocates and takes the fuck off.
It remains, manages Rusty Cortina. Look at Barbosa slash down the lane.
That's on Kobe right there. That's a mistake on Kobe.
His speed, they can't keep up with him. So they've gone to a small lineup right now. Eddie House is in the game. They'd love to be able to get a bit of lift from him.
House and Barbosa. Then Bell and Diaw area.
Phoenix is real small. Look at this lineup.
Bryant, Cook, George.
I see. I don't know if Phil should have went with Brian Cook on the outside, from the outside like that. And we go with the miss, right? What are the keys to winning? Stop transition, slow down. Barbosa is not the one you want to listen. Look how Barbosa's sprinting when he gets the when he gets the ball.
George Odom, he gets hits for the Los Angeles Lakers. And here comes Barbosa again. Look at him push the tempo and dish. It's Eddie House for 2.
That was a miss, but that's Phoenix basketball right there.
Rebound by Bryant.
He has the green light. Eddie House, he's in there to do one thing, and that's shoot the basketball.
Lakers have missed the last 7. They've hit nothing from the field in the last 5 minutes. Off of their end, shot clock at 14 as we start the second quarter.
Watch his quickness out, Barbosa. The closeout by Kobe. He just takes the ball right past him. Remember now, Barbosa loves to drive to his left. Kobe closed out that time to his right hand.
So here's a double. They're basically ignoring Brian Cook. They want him to shoot. But he turns it down, which is a good decision. Tries to take Sean Marion, and Brian Cook scores. And see, that was a good decision by Brian Cook right there. Just because you're open for three, sometimes you don't have to take it. Sometimes they're baiting you into shooting that shot.
He's got a nice outside shot, and he is part of the strength that is the Lakers bench. That field goal breaks a drought of over 5 minutes from Los Angeles from the field.
So Devin George in the game, Sasha Vujicic, and Lamar Odom.
It's Dion against Cook.
Nice job by Cook that time.
That's a good defense.
Body up Dion, just knocked him off balance.
So Kobe going into this attack.
3 rebounds. He is 2 of 4 from the field.
Good shot.
Bell didn't have a chance.
See now, Steve Nash is off the floor. How much rest can he get? Look at this speed. Barbosa.
That motherfucker. See, this is where shit goes south for us.
Rebounds. He is 2 of 4 from the field.
Kobe scores. Phoenix.
Bell didn't have a chance.
Look at Eddie House push that shit back in. So Kobe scores.
Nice job by Cook that time. The body up Dion, just knocked him off balance.
Kobe's got 3 rebounds. He is 2 of 4 from
This is why Kobe said they don't give a fuck if I score. Look what Eddie House does.
the field.
Look at the urgency Eddie House is getting that shit in real quick.
See now,
They still got the camera on Kobe. Watch where Barbosa is right now.
Steve Nash is off the floor. How much rest can he get? Look
He
at
took the fuck off.
this speed. Barbosa, this speed.
Acceleration.
Every time he does that, Steve Nash can buy a little bit more time. Remember how bad the second quarters were for the Suns in game 1
And everybody asks, well, why didn't Kobe take more shots? Because of that shit right there.
In games 5 and 6, Mike D'Antoni went quarterless starters. And that was the difference in those 2 quarters.
So Kobe trying to slow the game down, trying to control the game, gets the ball down low. Lamar is now being double teamed.
Hold him against Dion and double by
Lamar has to give it up to Brian Cook.
Marion off the Cook.
Brian Cook couldn't finish. There he goes with the putback.
Lakers are losing the battle of the glass tonight, although they've been leading in rebounds.
So when the Lakers shot long jumpers, it didn't help us. Right? What helped us was these guys getting down low in the paint.
By as many as 12 and as little as 7.
Barbosa again.
Barbosa again inside.
So like this is like 4 straight buckets, bro.
As tonight, although they've been leading
Check this out.
in rebounding throughout the series.
So it's already a mismatch. Devin George can't guard Barbosa.
By as many as 12
But here's the pick to even make it more of a mismatch. Get Brian Cook on Barbosa.
and as little as
And of course, Brian Cook doesn't want that smoke. So Barbosa just turns the corner. Brian Cook said, I ain't fucking doing that shit. This motherfucker not gonna have him bust my ass.
7
And so of course Devin George can't catch up.
Barbosa again.
And right now we have no rim protection in the game whatsoever. Everything's fucked up. This is the worst case scenario for us.
Hold him against Dion and double by Marion off the Cook. Cook gets his own loose and puts it up and in. Lakers are losing the battle of the glass tonight, although they've been leading in rebounding throughout the series.
So he turns that shit down.
12 and
And he goes. So Lamar tries to come over, but he's late.
game, it's Barbosa again inside.
Well, he just had fun right now. I mean, he's going to the basket. Somebody from the Lakers has got to step
He's
over
fucking killing
and
us.
help him defend him. He gets so
Look at this dude. Fucking 56% in the wins. This motherfucker shot 16 of 17 free throws. These are in the wins. 16 points in the wins. In the losses, 5. 26%. So all he had to do was wake the fuck up.
concerned about giving up a 3 to get layups.
The bench points of the Phoenix Suns now 16-4.
So here's Kobe.
Los Angeles Lakers.
There goes Kobe. He takes one of the few shots that he took pretty much the whole quarter.
With 3.
Well, first quarter.
In the triple with Bell watching.
He's just trying to keep his team close until hopefully he can start getting some help.
Barbosa again. Vujacic.
And see, this is the thing, right? People talk about help, not having help. Oh, well, such and such ain't have enough help. Bro, this is called not having help. I don't want to hear shit about nobody else, right? I heard Nikola Jokic ain't have no help. I'm like, bro, this is not the same. Clearly, this is not the same as Jokic's team. Kobe would have killed to have the teammates Jokic had. Are you kidding me?
Odom is hurt. He's at the other end.
See, this is the problem, though. Let me point something out. You see what Barbosa did, right? Barbosa's fucking us up now.
Stroking the triple with Bell.
Barbosa's out of control now. This is like 6 straight plays of Barbosa.
Watching.
He's just trying to keep his team close until hopefully he can start getting
Check this
some
out.
help.
So here's the pick again. He knows that Brian Cook don't want that smoke. And this is where I believe Phil Jackson has to make an adjustment to this. This is where you could fault Phil. This is like, dude, you can't expect Brian Cook to be able to, but this is what small ball does, right? It forces you to switch, but we didn't have the pieces to match up. Now look, once he turns the corner, Barbosa understands that this whole fucking side of the court is open.
Barbosa again.
He missed, but I mean, was that a bad shot attempt? Of course not. That's a high percentage shot. But this right here, Vujacic needs to slow the damn ball down, but he's speeding up, right?
Vujacic.
But they're running, right? You don't want to play at that pace.
Is hurt. He's at the other end, so it's 4 against 5. This is Devin Jordan.
So that's a brick. Guess what's gonna happen?
Odom got poked in the eye.
Kobe's trying to stick with his matchup. Here goes Barbosa.
Barbosa for 3.
Gets fouled shooting a three. What a mental mistake by Lamar Odom. I think he was so unhappy when Barbosa drove on the last play. He got hit in the face. There was no call. That was a frustration foul. Something you cannot do in Game 7. Martin goes out and pushes him in the face. It looked like he was very upset that he didn't get the ball the play before. Can't make those kind of plays in Game 7.
So we're having some mental lapses by the Lakers.
You got to keep your poise.
A hug from Nash, some words of complaint from Lamar Odom. And tempers very early with the Lakers getting face-sawed in Phoenix. 38-24 with 8:55 to play in our first half. We're watching the NBA playoffs on TNT.
See, Lamar's mad about that shot he took, right? He wanted the foul. So he's still heated about that shit. But you got to stay focused, man. Right now, we're in peril. So.
Under 9 to play in the first half. The Phoenix Suns run top by 14 points. Moments ago, Leandro Barbosa took it down the lane, but watch his left arm pushing off and re-injuring the already injured lip.
Damn.
Lamar Odom. And then when Odom came back to defend, he came across the
Hey, wow. Lamar mad as a motherfucker. He said, I'm going to act like I'm going to defend, and I'm going to smack the shit out of this nigga.
pushing off and re-injuring the already injured
I don't think Barbosa did that unintentionally, but hey,
lip.
Lamar did it. Lamar ain't give him the benefit of the doubt.
Of Lamar Odom. And then when Odom came back
But
to
that's not a good decision considering the circumstance. We're down. We need to come back.
and he came across the front of Barbosa's face in retaliation. There's been a technical foul. It's already been assessed to 10 tops. Odom, at the end of that play, was over arguing vehemently and is still out there talking right now with Mike Callahan. As you take a look at Lamar Odom, the ex-Clipper and Miami Heat player. Now here is Kobe Bryant at the other
He
end.
mad as
shooting
hell.
technical free.
You see that stare? You see that stare Lamar, man, is a motherfucker. He ain't take his eyes off that nigga.
Out there talking right now with Mike Callahan. If you take a look at Lamar Odom, the ex-Clipper in Miami Heat player.
Hey, look at this nigga.
Kobe Bryant at the other end, shooting the top.
Hey, that's salt right there. He is salty.
Yes, Tim Thomas said something probably to Lamar Odom or to the officials. Mike D'Antoni very upset. He thought that Lamar Odom went up to the head of Barbosa on that shot. Now he's going to shoot 3 free throws, but he thought that Odom should have gotten a technical as well.
This is awesome.
Originally a draft terms for the San Antonio Spurs, his rights were then traded to the Phoenix Suns after playing 3 years in the Brazilian league. And last year he was not an intricate part of this team, but this year he has blossomed in his 3rd season.
But that's why when he struggled, the Suns struggled. They are so used to him coming off that bench and doing what he's doing today. But when he went through those struggles in games 2 and 3 or 4, they missed that production. Now what they're able to do is look out
So
for the Lakers.
as you guys can see, the lead has ballooned since Barbosa really came in the game, pushing the pace, attacking the gaps, 40 to 25. It's getting ugly.
Are gone to a small lineup because now they are in a hole, and this speed of this Phoenix team has forced them to go small. So now they lose their post-up game and have to play small ball with the Suns.
Barbosa, 3 straight. Done in these playoffs against the Los Angeles Lakers. Leandro Barbosa has gone 20.
And let me say this, Phoenix is probably, quite possibly, the worst matchup we could have gotten in the playoffs. We did not match up with them whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have the smalls to deal with them. And they're a problem, bro.
5 of 26 from the free throw line. 5 of 5 tonight. And from the field, 5 of 6 with the game high 15. This is Odom.
That's a bad miss. And that's a makeable shot. But a team like the San Antonio Spurs, where you have a dominant big down low, can take advantage of those small matchups. But because we don't have scorers, right? Like Kwame Brown's not a scorer. Can he score sometimes? Yes. Can Lamar Odom score sometimes? Yes. But they're not consistent scorers. They're not great scorers. So Phoenix knows these guys aren't going to make them pay like they should pay for playing small. Look at them pushing the break. Look how they run it. Let's rewind that.
Has gone 25.
I want to show you something.
Of 26 from the free throw line. 5 of 5 tonight. And from the field, 5 of 6 with the game high 15. This is Odom inside.
So look, 2 Lakers behind. You know what I'm saying? They gone. They off to the races. There goes Barbosa ahead of the play.
The hard charging Dion to Sean Marion. And
He
picked
missed.
up by Lamar Odom.
And a layup missed by Odom, and then one
Yeah, but that's a good. That's offense. That's the offense Phoenix wants to run.
by Marion to give the Suns an 18-point lead.
Odom has his first rebound. He'll try to convert at the other end. And against Dion.
So good take by Lamar that time, right?
Gets it to drop.
See what they've done is they've just
Now guess what they're doing? You score.
they're giving the Suns an 18-point lead.
Odom has his first rebound. He'll try to convert at the other end.
And I think Phoenix elected to go with their fastest lineup, right? They took Nash out the game, but they got Barbosa running the point, so they're going with their fastest lineup at this point. Check this out. D'Antoni's telling them, run them niggas out the gym.
Dion
Look.
gets it to drop.
See what they've done is they've just opened
Dial, right? Playing the small ball forward.
the
Check
floor
this
up
out.
now and just attacking.
Dial's already up the fucking floor, right?
The small players.
Here goes Barbosa. Look how quick this motherfucker moved.
Rebound. He'll try to convert at the other end.
They score, they don't give a fuck,
Gets it to drop.
right?
See what they've done is they've just opened the floor up now and just attacking the small
Barbosa
players.
comes, blew right by him.
Score 6 of 11. Barbosa snaps it out to Marion. Dion against Cook.
So,
12 for 3.
okay, the Lakers got lucky.
Kobe is 4 of 6. 11 points.
Kobe's trying to make the right reads. Now check this out. Double team. And look, check this out, bro. Look at Sean Marion. He's not even paying attention to his man. They don't give a fuck.
The high score for Los
Good
Angeles.
pass.
Wide open shot by Cook.
Good pass by Kobe.
That's his game, and that's one of the areas that the Phoenix was very.
So they're running a full court press just to slow these motherfuckers down.
Concerned. He's come off the bench to have
But they're
6
pushing the
points.
ball up.
The lead now it's got to 12. Remember that layup that Marion missed would have made it 18.
Dion.
And that's a mismatch.
So
He is eating them alive.
well, he's been
Boris Diaw, a very good player, man. A lot of times he was criticized for not being aggressive enough, but he could play.
so good over the last 3 games. That game 5 the other night, 25, 10, and 9 he was brilliant.
25, 10, and 9. Fucking crazy.
In the last 3 games, he scored more than
Kobe.
8 points than he was averaging. This is Kobe
Cash.
Bryant. Now has 14.
Right? And so look, as soon as Kobe scores, the ball's already up the court.
5 the other night, 25, 10, and 9.
This is the reason why they were telling Kobe to get the ball inside. Right? But Kobe, he has to abandon that considering, look at the score. He has to abandon that.
He was brilliant.
Down in the last 3 games, he scored more than 8 points than he was averaging. This is Kobe Bryant. Now has 14 for the game, knocking down a 3.
They're already up the court.
Quietly, they're back to 11. They're just wanting to hang around, get this thing under double digits.
Foul. Brian Cook will pick it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Phoenix led earlier by 19 points. It's Nash ready to come back in the game.
Boris Diaw, the ability to put that ball on the floor. Nice little finish at the basket. The one thing that he's doing better as the season's going on, he's finishing with a lot more strength at the basket. That was a little flip shot, but he had the inside pass. Look what he's done the last 3 games. Almost
Bro, that's fucking insane, bro. Look at the. So we seen Barbosa's, right? Barbosa, he jumped, I believe, 11 points in the games they won, right? Look at his jump. He jumped what, 7 points, and then his percentage jumped 15, like damn near 15 points, 20 fucking points. Look at this shit, bro. Everything went up. 6.7 rebounds, 7.7 assists, and they pushing the fuck out of the pace. It helps when you have an all-star. You have Sean Marion. I'm talking about Steve Nash. Steve Nash has Sean Marion with him. He's got Roger Bell who can shoot and score. He's got Barbosa who can slice and dice the defense. These guys can create their own opportunities. And then you got Boris Diaw, somebody who can give you 21.7 in the last 3 games, shooting 60 fucking %.
22 points, up to 7 rebounds, almost 8
Shit's
assists.
fucking insane,
He'll
bro.
give them another ball handler out on the floor with Steve Nash. So Joe Jackson comes right back to Parker to guard Nash.
Parker taking the 23
And he's taking advantage of he's taking advantage of let's see.
Handler out on the floor with Steve Nash.
Taking advantage of Brian Cook. Right there.
So Joe Jackson comes right back to Parker to guard Nash.
Parker taking the 23 chips.
And see, you had to, in that situation, right, in today's game, you would switch that. You wouldn't try and recover. But this is back in the mid-2000s, bro. This is the way the game was played. You try to keep a big on the floor.
Steve Nash puts it down. Steve has started 4-5.
So the Lakers are really struggling on that screen roll. They do not know what to do. Do we switch it?
So here goes Kobe. He's getting double teamed. All eyes on him, literally.
Do we help?
Kobe with the pass, a bad pass, gets intercepted.
Steele, Bell picking off the
Here
pass.
comes Barbosa.
To Kobe Bryant. Woo! Barbosa.
Yo, this motherfucker blew by Kobe, bro.
To do? Do we switch it? Do we help?
That's a steal. Bell picking off the pass of Kobe Bryant.
So Kobe's trying to tell him to move up on Steve Nash, and meanwhile he's talking, Barbosa attacks.
They're really struggling on that screen roll. They do
Oh,
not know
yo,
what
this
to
shit
do.
is crazy, bro.
Do we switch it? Do we help?
That's a steal. Bell picking off the pass of
Look,
Kobe.
he said, because nobody's got Nash, right? So he's telling Smush, yo, go get Nash, bro. I gotta deal with this motherfucker.
Bryant.
because he ain't moving. Like, go to him. He walking, and then look. Barbosa, he going.
Diao against Odom.
And then Nash is open because Smush right here is being lazy. Nash gets open.
That's it back to Nash for three.
Luckily, they miss.
Parker got caught peeking in at the post, and Nash had a wide open shot.
So Kobe, check this out.
Parker got caught peeking in at the post, and Nash had a wide open
Look at this shit, bro.
shot.
So Kobe probably should have gave Smush that entry pass. But I guess he didn't feel comfortable throwing that. So get the hockey assist. But look how far Kobe is away from the action in order to create space for Smush to operate. Lamar Odom is coming behind the play. Let's see what happens.
Defensive 3 second. 6.5 to play in the half as you take a look at last year's NBA Coach of the Year, Mike D'Antoni, who by the way was part of the U.S. men's Olympic team. Organized by Jerry Colangelo, one of the managing partners of the Phoenix Suns, and a long-time force in NBA basketball. Here's Kobe Bryant, who tonight from the line has gone 2 of 3. An extension of that story, Mike Krzyzewski, the Duke head coach and the head coach of the U.S. Olympic team.
Team USA.
And the architect who's put things together, Jerry Colangelo, on the right side.
Yeah, they're out here to do some planning meetings for these upcoming summers. So Jerry Colangelo's gotten them together. Coach K's here. Nate McMillan is in town. Jimmy Boeheim, one of the assistants. Rudy Tomjanovich, who will be the scout on that team, all getting together to start planning for what they want to do this summer to get that team ready.
Kobe gets the ball in the post. So he's got space to operate right now. 1-on-1 with the great one. Let's get it. Brian Cook comes over there and tries to set a pick. That's fucking crazy, bro.
Get that team ready.
Kobe will be on that team. Sean Marion will be on that team. Amari Stoudemire will number 7 on the shot clock for Kobe Bryant.
That's crazy.
Bell didn't contest it.
That's just amazing. What this guy can do, the depth and length that he shoots that basketball from, the shots he made the night
36 to 45.
From all areas, every shape and size, Bryant knocked it in his 50-point performance. Nash to the double team Diao. Great rotation to Bell.
You see this?
Inside, Bryant.
I think Kobe's mad about a 3-second call. Or non-call.
Knocked it in his 50-point performance. Nash to the double team Diao. Great.
Kobe said 3 seconds. Hold on.
Contested.
That's just amazing. What this guy can do, the depth and length that he shoots that basketball from, the shots he made the night before the quarter.
From all areas, every shape and size, Bryant knocked it in his 50-point performance. Nash to the double team.
Yeah, it is 3 seconds. That's 3 seconds.
Great rotation to Bell.
And so Brian Cook couldn't recover. Cash money. Yeah, that was 3 seconds. I'd be mad as fuck too.
See, they're making the extra pass. The ball earlier in the season, in this series was sticky. There was just a little hesitation. Now, no hesitation. They're swinging the ball to the open man.
Kobe wants the fucking ball. He was frustrated.
The ball earlier in the season,
Look at
in
this.
this series was sticky. There was just a little hesitation. Now, no
Kobe wants the ball, and he wants him to give the ball to Lamar so he can get the pass.
hesitation. They're swinging the ball to the open man.
Kobe.
Chris will deny that case. Oh, it looked like Bell got wrapped and Kobe Bryant got caught. Bell holding his mouth.
And Bell, Raja, if you listen to Raja do interviews, he wanted to whoop Kobe's ass. Because Kobe was swinging them elbows high. I feel it. I feel you, Raja. I feel you.
Sure, all the cards are still
But it's funny because they became friends later on.
there. Kobe picks up his first. And the battle continues. Bell coming off the game suspension. Moments ago, this.
But the reason why a lot of times Kobe would do that so the defense could stop playing him as aggressive to kind of open him up. It was like a strategy. But is it dirty? Kinda, yeah. It is. You know what I'm saying? To a certain degree.
Big time three, but that was not the tussle that forces Bryant to gather his first foul and consternation on the part of Raja Bell.
The 2006 NBA playoffs on TNT. Brought to you by Gatorade Thirst Quencher. Gatorade is it in you, and by the new AT&T. Your road delivered.
I think this series has been good for him as far as people starting to pay attention to what he can do as a defensive player. I think he's a good defender. I don't want to understate or take away, his abilities as a defender. I can't score on him anytime I want to.
He tried to give respect, but I think he really does feel like that way. Like great scorers like Kobe, Mike, like they feel like they can score whenever they want. So when a motherfucker say, yeah, I give him a difficult time, they looking at that nigga like, nigga, no. Let's go back. So it sounds arrogant, right? It sounds real arrogant, but you gotta think at the level of a scorer he is, right? It sounds arrogant, but when you think about it, it's not. It is, but it ain't. It's arrogance, but it's confidence at the same time. It's what makes him great.
People starting to pay attention to what he can do as a defensive player. I think he's a good defender. I don't want to understate or take away, his abilities as a defender. I can't score on him anytime I want to. But I think we should just go out there and just play basketball. It's not a matter of, me not liking the individual. It's about what do you do for your team, what I can do for my team.
A lot of people didn't know about Raja Bell until this series began moments ago.
Ooh, that's a nasty elbow right there.
Kobe up high in the chops. But Bell, who was born in the U.S. Virgin Islands, went to high school in Miami, undrafted out of Florida International. His dad played football at Morehouse State. Raja began his odyssey in this.
To me, Raja Bell was a great defender. Right? I think Kobe was trying to, you know what I'm saying? But Kobe may have not felt that way, but I think Raja Bell could play some defense.
CBA and the IBL. Stopped at Philadelphia, played the finals in 2001 against Kobe and the Los Angeles Lakers. Has been in Dallas, Utah.
Here's Barbosa.
Now he is with the Phoenix Suns.
For Sasha Vujacic, there he goes on Barbosa, to kind of slow him down in full court.
Kobe Brown back into the game.
Here we go with the mismatch. The pick.
Gave a little bit of rest, right, to calm him down. Let's see if he's more effective this time out.
This shit is crazy. We got mismatches everywhere.
Now he is.
So look, Nash comes to it. He picks off Smush Parker with Boris Diaw. Kwame's in trouble.
Brown back into the game.
So Kwame moved up, guarding him from the free throw line.
Jackson gave a little bit of rest, right, to calm him down. Let's see if he's.
So that's a good pass. Boris Diaw was a really good passer.
More effective to this time out on the floor. Nice pass by Diaw. Tim Thomas on that baseline. Phoenix only 3 turnovers and are committed only 2 fouls.
So you talked about how effective the front line of the Los Angeles Lakers needs to be.
So give the ball to Kobe. That's one-on-one basketball.
The starters, Odom, Walton, and Brown, are combined 4 of 14 from the field.
Kobe going to work.
Kobe over Bell.
Kobe with the miss. Kobe's trying to get it back.
Hit their last 4 shots until that
Can't get it back. Phoenix is on the run. Barbosa gets stripped. Good hands by Smush.
Back in with Brown and Parker, Vujacic.
And Smush had good hands, man. Smush had good hands, bro.
And Kobe Bryant.
I'd go back in the corner, Brown, give him a touch here, see if he's calmed down. They need him to score in the paint. You heard Charles.
There goes Kobe.
He thought he was the key guy today.
Kobe.
Kobe with a miss. So Kobe's being more aggressive.
The miss through Bryant.
Phoenix is running. There's transition again. Guys, Kwame's looking to figure out who he's doing match up with.
6 of 10. Now they've
There
got
we go,
Kobe.
him and Diao.
Nash.
They give the ball to Barbosa.
Mismatch over there. Tim Thomas would be
Tim Thomas has got a mismatch over there.
played by
Kobe's trying to communicate.
Parker. He wants the ball.
And the ball comes over
There we go.
to Nash. And Kobe was
So
Mismatch
he wanted Smush, right? He wanted the mismatch with Smush.
over there. Tim Thomas would be played by Parker. He wants the ball.
There go good switch by Luke, right? A good switch by Luke. Kobe recognizes that Steve Nash is diving in,
to Nash.
and he takes that away.
Kobe
That's a good defensive play.
was defending.
It's his size. Steve could not get the shot over his outstretched hand.
Kobe shooting
Okay, so
60% from the
Kobe
game
going back to the game plan.
tonight from the field.
So what was Kobe shooting?
Steve could not get the shot over his outstretched hand.
Kobe shooting 60% from the game tonight from the field.
60%.
That's a tough Parker.
Foul called on Smush Parker. He puts up his second
Another turnover.
personal foul to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, we talked all along about the Roger Bell, Kobe Bryant matchup. It got a little more than just on the floor. When Bell was in Los Angeles during the suspension, he received harassing phone calls on his cell phone. There's no idea how people got his number, but he did. And also had messages posted on his website that were of
That's a
a
bad shot.
threatening nature. But the Suns felt it was not serious enough to keep him at the team hotels.
So here goes Kobe getting trapped.
We told you the other night, we watched Game
Give it
6
to Luke.
from a local
Give it Smush.
restaurant in Los Angeles.
Good entry pass.
Laker fans in attendance.
And also
That's a good
some
entry
NBA
pass.
security people with them as well. They traveled with Bell to Los Angeles. The Suns' first foul right there at the court.
Well, I can tell you, when I played, I would not go to a restaurant where I've just been kicked out of the game for throwing down the other side.
So the reason why you want to get the ball down low as well is because you also can stop the clock if there's a foul. You wear the team down, you get them tired, and you stop the clock as well. So we want to slow the game down. We want to take advantage of that clock and make it work for us.
Star player
Why would you
and
read
break bread with the opponent on the road. I just sort of amazing that he would even do that. I would be isolated in my hotel somewhere.
Here's Kwame Brown at the free throw line.
Damn, they're giving Kwame a hard time, man.
Log on to TNT Overtime Playoffs 06 on NBA.com or AOL.com/NBA. Here's for Kenny Charles and EJ and great analysts like Steve Kerr and our own Doug Collins. It's on NBA.com or AOL.com/NBA.
Kwame Brown was a 54% free throw shooter in the regular season. He's actually done a pretty good job at the line during the playoffs, shooting at 67%. He stepped up and made 4 of 4 here today. Suns have
He
been
almost
very
got the steal.
careful. They do not want to let this great first half slip away in the last 4 minutes.
It seems like the Lakers should be more behind than just
Going right back to the pick and roll.
Suns have to be very, very careful.
Nash.
There goes the mismatch.
Kobe is watching Bell. Early double, shot clock at 4, Nash for 3. Suns have led
There goes
the
Kobe.
entire way. Kobe Bryant. Smush Parker. Another miss.
Yeah, outside shot.
With 2 points in 16 minutes. Jackson.
Look how fast Steve Nash gets that ball. Look, they're stacking the paint. So his teammates can't hit outside shots.
Led the entire way. Kobe Bryant.
See, this is why floor spacing is important. You gotta have space, bro. And Kobe's a guy that doesn't need that much space, but you do need a couple of shooters, bro.
Smush Parker.
So you can't go down low. You can't pass to shoot the three because a lot of these guys they're not on tonight, right? They don't have it going. In Smush's case, he didn't have it going for most of the series. And you can't be too aggressive because they're going to blow your ass out. Kobe was in a tough position, y'all.
Another miss. He is 1 of 5.
And see, that's why I think, say, Charles, Charles hasn't been in that position. He hasn't been in this position.
With 2 points
I don't think anybody's been in this position.
16 minutes. Jackson is sticking with him.
What a knock away by Parker on Steve Nash. That's about 3 times he's deflected the ball away from him tonight.
And Nash has 4 turnovers.
So that's not part of the game plan right there, right?
Parker on Steve Nash. That's about 3 times he's deflected the ball away from him tonight.
And Nash has 4 turnovers.
See, this is a little early in the clock. I don't like this.
It's holding for 3.
That's not a good shot. Nope. Too much time on the clock, standing still.
Exactly. I said the same shit.
Lakers shooting threes at 3 and 10.
That's not a good shot either. No movement on that play at all.
Phoenix 3 of 8 above the arc.
Phil Jackson's going to take a timeout. He's looking up this clock. 2:41 to go. They're within 12. He has to think they can maybe get this down to 6 or 8 going into halftime. He'd be a happy man, I can tell you that.
Kobe Bryant on the road in Game 7. He's been here before. He is 2-0 in his career in Game 7s tonight.
Kobe's an asshole.
Taking on the Phoenix Suns in Arizona. The Phoenix Suns have led in this game by as many as 19. The lead now 12 and 2:41 to play before halftime here in Game 7.
Well, how important is the pace for the Phoenix Suns to get up to a great start tonight? 32 to 15, up 17. Look when they
Damn.
almost 116.
So when they won, bro, listen, I think the average scoring was like 96 for the league during that time. Bro, when these motherfuckers won those games, they were scoring 100, damn near 116 a game. We held them by playing the way we played to 94. That's a good number. That's enough to beat them. But they're shooting 50% in the games they beat us, 43% in the losses. That's mainly because Barbosa wasn't playing the way he was playing. Diaw struggled, and they didn't have Roger Bell. And so they were vulnerable. They also are missing Amari Stoudemire, too. So it probably took them a little bit of time to adjust, to learn how to play against us, and figure out how to take advantage of us the right way, right? But look at this shit, man. 41% from 3. They still shot decent from 3 as a team. Free throw attempts is crazy. They went up to 30 to damn near 17. Shit's crazy.
In the search, 50%.
We can't beat that. When they score like that, we can't beat that.
With the 3-point.
I don't know what people thought Kobe was supposed to do. Because they say, well, Kobe choked off a 3-1 lead. But what do you want Kobe to do when his team is scoring 96 total and he's accounting for damn near half of the points? What do you want him to do against that? He can't match that. So he has no choice but to play this way.
Shooting. How about those free throws? Now, this is a team
It's
that
crazy.
attempted 18 free throws a game in the regular season. Look at the losses when they get slowed down and look at that free throw line. Kevin, what has happened here tonight is with the Los Angeles Lakers getting into a hole, they had to go with a small lineup. So points
We went small, but also we can't match up with Barbosa. Barbosa's speed in this game, he was very valuable in this game.
actually right now is about +8 over the Suns, 26 to 18. The Lakers have taken 12 3-point shots.
And when we went small, they started punishing us for this shit. They punished us either way, but it got worse when we tried to go small.
8 for the Phoenix Suns, so they're launching threes and not going inside.
So there we go.
They got so far behind.
So Phil's going back to the game plan, right? So we abandon the game plan, and then Phil comes back out of the timeout and goes right back to Kwame.
Lakers have their starters on
Here we go.
that timeout. Only one bench player on the floor right now for the Phoenix
Kwame's trying to
Suns.
go to
That's
work.
Tim Thomas. Over the plate.
And that's a foul. That's good. That's what you want.
They
38
started
50.
that's a whistle.
38 50.
A foul, and Steve Nash and Marion were down there, and the foul go against Marion for the first time. Doug, both teams have missed their last 4 shots. No field goals either way in almost 3 minutes for the Suns and the Lakers.
So Kobe's not taking a lot of shots. He's letting the game come to him, playing through his teammates, hoping that they could get it. You know, they could turn up a little bit.
Trust yourself, trust your teammate right now. Kobe's lighting it up. The rest of
They
his
switched. Lamar's trying to get the switch back.
8 of 19, 0 of 7 from that
But see,
three-point
Tim
line.
Thomas, Phoenix is trying to keep Tim Thomas on Kwame instead of getting a mismatch on Sean Marion. So they're trying to play chess. They're trying to get Marion in foul trouble. Here goes Smush to the corner to Vujicic.
18 is the
No, to Luke. Luke, excuse me. That's Luke.
offered by Kobe Bryant so far. Parker to Bryant, covered by Bell. Shot clock, and he put
This nigga is the ultimate bailout, bro. Look at this shit, bro. Look. The whole possession was fucked. Look at this.
missed their last 4 shots.
You can't expect a nigga to save you every possession, bro. Look at this.
No field goals either way in almost 3 minutes for the Suns and the Lakers.
Trust yourself, trust your teammate right now. Kobe's lighting it up. The rest of his team, 8 of 19, 0 of 7 from that three-point line.
18 is the game high, offered by
So look,
Kobe Bryant so
no
far.
time. He has no time, bro.
Parker to Bryant, covered by
He
Bell.
just caught it and went up.
Shot clock, and he puts it in. Kobe puts it in 2. He's got 20.
He is so good. He wasn't even looking at the basket. He was looking and caught it. The clock was winding down.
He's amazing.
That's court awareness,
15
too.
points as Kobe Bryant in the second quarter.
Good pass.
Dial can take
So Dial and Barbosa woke up, and Dial's doing what he does best. He's passing the ball, right? Damn.
Tommy Brown off the dribble. When you do, it collapses your defense. Again, that back line steps up. The Suns have got about 4 or 5 baskets tonight on penetration, drop
No
off,
rim
and
protection.
And Marion's had one of his best first halves of this entire series with 8 points and 7 rebounds.
It's an easy basket.
It's Walton over Nash. The front line of the Lakers is staggering. It's a
So here goes
3-on-2.
Nash running.
Nash to Marion. Defended by
So you can see the sense of urgency.
Line steps up. The Suns have got about 4 or 5
Look at the sense of urgency. Now Kobe doesn't touch the ball.
baskets tonight on penetration, drop off for dunks.
and Marion's had one of his
Kobe's
best
trying to fight, right, to get the ball.
first halves of this entire series.
He wants
with
to
8
rock. And I guess
points and 7 rebounds.
It's an easy
so. Luke gets in trouble.
basket.
He gets in trouble. Don't know where the fuck he's at. He's right under the bat. He realizes, hey, shit, Kobe's not here. I can't give it to him. So I gotta go up with the shot.
It's Walton over Nash.
Listen,
The front line
then look at
of the
Nash.
Lakers
Nash takes off.
is staggering. It's a 3-on-2.
Nash's hair is flopping behind him and shit.
Nash to Marion. Defended by Odom. Out of bounds. The shot clock at 19 with a minute and a half to play in the half.
When the Suns got that ball across half court, there were still 3 Lakers in the back court.
Yeah. And you know our bigs are getting probably tired and worn out by now by running as much.
4 of the 5 Lakers starters have been in double figures this series.
It's a big minute, 30 seconds.
So here we go.
Lakers
It's a mismatch again. Smush has to hold his own.
hang in there for the Suns. Get a little more separation.
Thomas over the front.
That's actually, so this right here,
It's a big minute,
this is a wide open shot.
30 seconds for both
Check
teams.
this out. Mismatch right
Lakers
here.
hang in there for the Suns.
Tim Thomas doesn't stay in the same spot. He relocates. Luke tries to recover, but he gets beat off the dribble.
Get a little
Smush steps up, but he's too small. This is a wide open shot.
more separation.
Thomas over the front.
How good has he been? How good has he been? Look at his numbers. My goodness gracious. He shot the 3 coming into today. He shoots 52% for 3.
21 points. and
So
2
Kobe
rebounds.
wants the ball.
Tim Thomas and Phoenix.
Kobe gets the ball. Kobe gets the rock.
Overtime Phoenix winning Los Angeles. Kobe again.
Kobe with the miss.
And Nash gathers it in. 3-on-2, 4-on-2, Dion. Nash went down hard. Nash is hurt. Right ankle. Walton picked up his first foul for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Well, the air has been taken out of this building right now because Steve Nash, they cannot lose him. Oh, he and Sean Marion just got tangled up. I don't know if he banged a knee. A lot of times, little knee to knee there, and you get a stinger.
That shit hurts.
And if he can get through today, he'll be pretty sore tomorrow. Steve Nash trying to run it off. The last thing you want to do right now is sit down. He might be going into the locker room here to try to get some treatment. There's only 52 seconds. I'd take him right out of the locker room. You see him going with the athletic trainer, Eric Nelson. He's going to go in there and get treatment.
So we're down 15.
Players as Dion converts to the line. There was a single-digit deficit for the Lakers moments ago, but now it's up to a 16-point Phoenix Suns lead. Parker 1 of 5, but he has scored
That's a good
two
take.
times
That's a good take by Smush.
by driving inside. So it's not dropping from outside. He's going to manufacture something inside.
Remember, he got that one steal, that breakaway dunk.
DL against Brown.
Bobby's backpedaling. You've got to meet the dribbler. You can't just keep backpedaling. You got to step up and meet him.
Kobe trying to take advantage.
To the 20.
Kobe wants the ball back.
A 3 by Bryant.
And Kobe hits. This is ridiculous, dog.
That breakaway dunk.
DL against
Yeah, Kwame should step
Brown.
up.
Bobby's backpedaling. You've got to meet the dribbler.
Parker 1 of 5, but he has scored 2 times by driving inside. So it's not dropping from outside. He's going to manufacture something inside.
Remember, he got that one steal, that breakaway dunk.
DL against Brown.
Bobby's backpedaling. You've got to meet the dribbler. You can't just keep backpedaling. You got to
So
step
look
up
at
and
this.
meet him.
This is ridiculous. First of all, that double cross was nasty.
DL against Brown.
Bobby's backpedaling. You've got to meet the dribbler. You can't just keep backpedaling.
Yo, this double cross is disgusting, yo.
You got to step up and meet him.
Kobe with 20.
Kobe passes it up. Lamar gives it back.
A 3 by Bryant. Kobe Bryant puts in another 3-point hit. 4 of 6 above the arc.
See, the Suns got a quick 2-for-1 possession when Dial went strong to the basket. So even though Kobe got that 3, they had a chance here to Hampton get the last shot of the first half.
Shot clock is off. Here comes Barbosa, picked up by Parker. And Thomas to an open DL and a screen by Barbosa.
So it was a 13-point game until that wide open shot.
Perfect execution. Perfect execution. 1 second to go. Could not have ended better for the Phoenix Suns that first half.
When the Phoenix Suns were down 3 games to 1, only 4% of the teams in the history of the NBA playoffs that have found themselves in that position have come back and won. So facing the improbable, the Suns have won 2 consecutive elimination games. They've tied the series. We're in Game 7, and the Suns, who closed that quarter 15-9, are running and looking and advancing. Unbelievable story. Let's go to the...
Now I want y'all to listen to this. Listen to his words carefully, y'all, so y'all can see the thought process behind this.
Sean, you guys got off to another great start tonight with the home crowd. How'd you do it?
We just give our energy, man, on both ends of the floor. And, you know, the crowd's behind us 100%, so we go out here just playing hard.
Barbosa again giving you a big lift off the bench. If he has to play big minutes with Nash in the second half, injured, what do you expect?
Well, I think he's going to bring it. We got the momentum going right now. We just got to keep tempo up the game and keep playing our game. We'll be fine.
Kobe got 23, 24 in the first half. Can you live with that?
Yeah, we can live with that. Definitely. We're about 15. Okay.
So Kobe has 23, shooting 60%. His attitude is like, okay. Nigga, they don't care. This team does not care. They want to run. I wish people get this through their fucking heads, bro. Why Kobe played the way he played. Listen to him.
We just gotta keep tempo up the game and keep playing our game. We'll be fine.
Kobe got 23, 24 in the first half. Can you live with that?
Yeah, we can live with that. Definitely. We have about 15. Okay.
All right, John. Congratulations. Let's go to our Atlanta studios and Ernie Johnson. Jim?
Well, thank you, DA. We're welcome you to the T-Mobile halftime report. Decisive Game 7 in the first round, the only Game 7 of the opening round, 60-45. The Suns with a 15-point advantage over the Lakers. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, and Charles Barkley. Everything going the Suns' way in the first half, with the exception of what happened there late in the half when Steve Nash came down and then came back up gimpy and then left for the locker room before time ran out. A little version there with the Matrix, Sean Marion. And so we will see, and obviously we'll get a report from David Aldridge during the half as to the condition of Steve Nash, who leaves under his own power, they like to say. But what are your thoughts, Charles, on the first half? A 15-point game for the Suns.
This game is over. I told you that before the game. Suns gonna run them out the building. But it's once they got their tempo, you see the game has gotten gradually worse. Even when the Lakers are playing well, once fans want to play like this, they're on pace for 120 points, and the Lakers cannot beat them. The only way the Lakers can beat them is slow it down and pound them. But
go down and pound them, pause. That was the only way they can beat them. Like Chuck said, this is why Kobe cussed out Chuck, man. A lot of people miss these details.
I think the reason this game is over, when you're down 15 points, you can't play slow. You can't. So if the game is...
So we couldn't play slow, but guess what we did? We went small. So check this out. You guys remember this, right? We went small, and they were beating us even more when we put Brian Cook in the game, right? We tried to match up with him, but there was too many mismatches, right? So what did we do? We went back big. We went back to our bigs and started going more down low.
We played that Suns tempo for the rest of the night, no matter what. No,
so Phil had to make a decision. Shit, do we still fucking keep shooting when we don't have it going, or do we go down low?
This plays right into the hands of Kenny, whose pictures have to do with what the Lakers must do to get back in the game. First, I'm assuming, are you buying what Charles is selling here, that this game is over?
No, I'm not buying it, because when you play against an up-tempo team, they will let you back in the game. And because they are playing at an up-tempo...
That is true, if they miss.
Case, but the thing that you have to get is you have to get easy shots, and you have to let Kobe Bryant be the great scorer that he is. And one thing, off the double team, he has to give the ball up. And when he does give the ball up, you have guys like Cook and Lamar Odom and Vucevic that can really knock down shots. And then he can be what he is an arsenal of an array of different kind of shots and selections and all kinds of moves. And the one thing I always said too, Chuck, and this is what I was thinking about when they said, yes, every now and then I think about it. Not about you, but the broken clock is right twice a minute. Well, this is one of
Chuck's an asshole.
These 2 times. And
you gotta admit, we're gonna miss these guys once they're gone. I think this is their last year, but these dudes are funny as hell.
All of there you go. You think about all of the guys on the Lakers.
Kenny used to wear them big ass suits. He looked like a kid in the suit.
For 7 games, I think you're asking them to be a scorer and put pressure on them, Kwame Brown and Lamar, to be scorers inside, something that they're not accustomed to doing throughout the regular season. So I don't know if they can do it for 7 games. I think there's going to be games where...
See, and that's the thing. They're not where we've been asking these niggas to do something that they're not capable of doing. But since they have been doing it, we expect them to continue doing it, even though because this is the only shot that we have is by them scoring. It's the only shot that we have is to use our size. That's it. So when they had that bad game, they went down to earth. They came back down to earth, went back to normal. Everybody has a bad game, bro. They did a great job. Kwame did a great job this series. Lamar, right, for the most part, except for game 7, right? These guys were competing, right? It's just Phoenix had mismatches all over the place.
Kobe has to be Kobe and get 45 or 50. Because if you're a 10-point scorer, I
So when people say, well, why didn't Kobe he should have just shot the ball more? Yes and no. Yes and no. It's not that simple.
Well, he got to make these shots. That's my point. He got accustomed to being so. The reason is
that's not a bad shot. He just missed. Now Kwame has his head down low because he knows he fucked up. But
that's inside.
Because that's a makeable shot. He just missed. Shit happens.
It's just about tempo. That's all. If he makes those shots, the tempo is down 12. But they can't beat the Suns if the Suns are playing at their pace. It's all about tempo. Hey, he can make shots, he can miss shots. But hey, in Game 5, when the Suns got that tempo going, they have not slowed down. And they cannot beat the Suns if they play at the Suns' pace. Plain and simple. And they're going to get ran out this building tonight. Kobe Bryant, it's not over. No, it's not 23. The Lakers are going to make a run, but it don't matter because they're going to have to play at Phoenix's pace, and that's what Phoenix want to do. That's why they play the game. Listen, Leandro Barbosa has 15 to lead Phoenix, not to be confused with the Barbaro, the winner of the Kentucky Derby. Welcome back. Wow. I'm bet on Barbaro. David Jones always good for a sound right? I'm bet on Barbaro.
Despite Kobe Bryant's game high 23 points, the Los Angeles Lakers were trailed by as many as 19, trailed at halftime by 15.
So I think Barbosa had 15 at the half, y'all. Which means everything's going right for Phoenix, which means we're fucked. Right? But anyways, this is the Kobe Bryant Film Room, man. I'm going to end this. This is part 1 because this video is getting kind of lengthy. I have to break these things down. And I know, you guys probably get a little frustrated because I keep stopping it, but I really have to explain things to people because if you don't, people will sit there and they'll think some other shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad I was able to break down this first part. I will be going through the second part in a couple of days, within a couple of days, shortly. Well, shortly, let me not give a time frame because doing videos like this is very time consuming.
That's right.
He went through the grind, you know what I'm saying? So it's time for us to take care of him and set some of these narratives straight. But anyways, this is Kobe Bryant Film Room, man. I'll see y'all in part 2. Peace.